What is up, YouTube? This is Ryan with Cola Warrior Gaming, and we here at W.A.R. Raiders are super stoked to bring you guys this really exciting war with a clan that many of you might be familiar with, Brothaz. They have been well known in the war scene for quite a long time, and this was not an arranged matchup. This was just a random matchup that we got. And when we saw that we were going to be warring these guys, we knew that it was going to be a tough fight, and it was. I mean, these guys brought it, but W.A.R. Raiders brought it even harder, and this was the result. We are absolutely going to do this great clan the respect of showing what they did to our bases. They did a fantastic job at Town Hall 10. They did a really good job with Town Hall 9. I think they struggled with our bases a little bit because, you know, it's not often that you go up against clans that have solid anti-3-star layouts, but we're really serious about base design at W.A.R. Raiders, and I think a lot of our bases just kind of took them off guard a little bit. So yeah, great job by the boys and girls over at Brothaz. But this is what we did. This is what I would consider a perfect war, because we are a fair play clan. And we 2-starred all of their Town Hall 10s. We even 3-starred one of them, and I will show you guys that attack in just a minute here. But this is what we did to the Town Hall 9s and above. This is where the Town Hall 9s start. Just cleared it. We cleared the board. So proud of the guys over at W.A.R. Raiders. Just fantastic job. So let's go ahead and check out some of these epic attacks. We'll start off with 12 by Arcade Hero. Just a fantastic attack, really clean, by the books, and very well executed. You know, this base, it's got level 3 multi-infernos, max air defense, so it's definitely not a pushover of a base. I would even say it's a decent design, but I'm not Town Hall 10, so I'll go ahead and you know, hold off on making that judgment. So yeah, he's coming in here with his kill squad. The goal, obviously, to get an air defense, take out the queen, and take out the clan castle troops. So queen's going in. He already dropped his king. Might have been a little bit early. I'm not sure. You know, at Town Hall 10, I really can't say much. But he goes ahead and drops the poison to slow down the lunes and weaken them just a little bit, soften them up. And his queen is here doing some work. Goes ahead and has to use the king's ability. Now here she goes, taking out one of the air defenses. The king just took down an inferno tower. So there you go, guys. Mission accomplished. Excuse me, I misspoke earlier. The goal of a Town Hall 10 push is to get an inferno tower, air defense, as well as that queen and clan castle troops. So he's going ahead and coming in with the lune portion of his attack. Guys, the hard work has already been done. This attack is pretty much, you know, a sure 3-star at this point, assuming he has even semi-decent lune and lava hound deployment. There you go, the last inferno tower has just gone down. No air defenses left. So many lava pups. I mean, just absolutely wrecked this base. I mean, he's got a few defenses up top that could give him some trouble, but he's got more than enough lunes to you know, get the job done. Has one lune that he saved for back end. Like, I mean, just perfect. Even still has a lava hound up, still tanking for those lunes. So at this point, it's pretty much over. Those lunes are going to grab that cannon and that last archer tower, and it is done. It is just time for cleanup. The pups have been taking care of that, you know, this whole time. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward this here and get to the next attack. Man, I wish that I could show all of these attacks. All of these attacks. I can't talk this morning. Let me grab a sip of water here. I wish I could show all of these epic Town Hall 9 attacks, but you know, I'm on DSL right now, so video uploads take long enough as it is. I have DSL because I live way out in the boonies. I like living here. It's a fine trade-off for me. But we're going to go ahead and check out John Warlock's attack on 17. He's bringing just a really solid shattered lune attack here. Starting off with Golem and some minions and wizards for funnel. And looks like he's got an archer working on this little corner building hut. Builder's hut. And he's not going to bother with wall breakers here. He's just going to jump straight into where he wants to go. And he chose a really interesting kind of path to take here. I mean, it's not the quickest way to get to the queen, but it is going to get him those 2 air defenses, pretty much for sure. So his king spots the queen, targets her. She goes down just in the nick of time, and then the queen has already taken out both of those air defenses. So at this point, mission accomplished. He's got 3 rage spells. He's probably not going to need one of them, and deployment is good. I like the angle he came in at with that first lava hound. Just keeping his loons raged. Very smooth attack. Just very very textbook, very clean. I love watching these attacks. I'm not a lune guy, so this kind of stuff fascinates me. I'm still working on my air attacks. I can do them, but John just has a great feel for it. And with lune attacks, it does take a lot of time to kind of get the feel for them, because if your lava hounds don't bust, then you don't have any troops for cleanup. One of John's is still up. I think. Excuse me. He's got 2. He's got 2 lava hounds still up. So cleanup is going to be an issue for him. Luckily, he opted to bring 1 wizard because, with these shattered lune attacks, they can sometimes be overpowered, and you're left with 2 lava hounds still up, or sometimes even all 3. So it pays to throw in a wizard or 2 to help out with cleanup, because that's going to be the main issue with these shattered lune attacks. So there you have it. Yeah, great job, John Warlock. We're going to go down to... let's see. Yeah, we're going to go down to 19 here. I think this is the one that I wanted to show. Yeah, very solid hog attack. This would be a shattered Goho. This base, it's not exactly anti-3. Kind of still a weird base design, still max defenses with high-level heroes, so you definitely still have to be careful with this base. But I was really impressed with this attack when I saw it in the live replay. These wars are a lot of fun to watch. So he's starting off here with his kill squad, opts to do just a no lore approach. So the queen, it's up to the queen, golems, and wizards to take out the clan castle troops. Luckily, he's just got a lava hound to deal with. Lava hounds can be kind of tricky. I mean, they waste a lot of time for your queen. She could be working on defensive buildings, or funneling for the king to get into the defensive queen. But it didn't prove to be much of a problem in this attack. So he's taken out the queen, taken out the clan castle troops, as well as tripped 1 giant bomb. And he's going to go ahead and start in with his hogs, because once you've tripped that 1 giant bomb, then you know that you've only got 1 possible double giant bomb set to deal with. And you can deal with that easily enough with the way that you path your hogs in. And it looks like this base doesn't even have, it did have 1 double set, but he pathed them in right, so that only 1 got triggered at the same time. A couple hogs go flying to spring traps. Very fast, very fast attack. At this point, he's got enough troops for cleanup, a couple wizards. He still has a golem up, and a decent-sized pack of hogs that split very nicely. They just took out that king, and he's still got his queen up, so more than enough troops for cleanup. Really clean, solid attack by Forgive Me. I don't know the story behind that name, but in any case, that doesn't matter because we got the 3-star. All right, so we've seen a really solid lune attack, really solid hog attack. Let's go ahead and check out one more before we get to the one of the weirdest attacks I have ever seen. Let's go ahead and check out Rampage's hog attack. I love hog attacks. So this is I'm going to go ahead and call this a Sudoku variant because you've got kind of this classic, four compartments of death. I guess you could call them for hogs. They're meant to be traps for hogs, but this base design is a little bit overused, and so many people have experience with it now that it's not really a huge threat anymore. But anyway, he's coming in with a Shattered Goho, opts for the no lore approach. Just had a Lava Lune in the CC, which again can sometimes cause problems, but it didn't cause problems with him for this attack. And he's going to go ahead and start in with his hog attack here pretty early, but he paths them in right, so there's not really a huge double giant bomb risk here with the way that he sent them into the space. And they're just going through wrecking. I mean, you've got defenses that are still targeting his golems and golemites, and his queen is still up doing work. And at this point, guys, that's it. It's over. He's got one cannon left to deal with, and more than enough hogs. He starts in with his cleanup troops right where they should be deployed here. Got more than enough time to get the job done, and seals the deal for the 3-star. And like I said, this base had 2 double giant bomb sets that were somewhat difficult to get to. Max defenses. This was not a pushover of a base. So really nice job by Rampage, our boy over in Syria. And for this final attack here, I don't want to show too many of my own attacks in these war recaps, but this was just... I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the base real quick to show you what I had to deal with here. Now, I have weak heroes. I have level 9 and 10 heroes. My Archer Queen is a 9, my King is a 10. So I don't really have much to work with. And when I saw this base, this was the last base to be called on Clash Caller. I was a little bit late to the game, so this was my only option. And I freaked out a little bit because... at first glance, this just looks like a kind of a trippy anti-3-star base, but it's really anti-hog and anti-lune. Generally, when you have 2 air defenses grouped like this, close together, that can make lune attacks, fairly difficult because your hounds just die so quick, especially if these are trapped, and no doubt they are. And up top here, if you commit your kill squad to getting this queen, and you're going to have to commit at least 2 golems because of all this point, as well as AoE defense that's going on here in this queen compartment. You're not going to have anything left to deal with air defenses if you're going for a lune attack and you have weak heroes like I do. And if you want to try for a hog attack, one thing that you really have to get done with a kill squad and a hog attack is to take out your queen, obviously take out the CC troops, but also you want to trip a set of double giant bombs. And on this base, they could be either here. This would be a, kind of a logical place to have a double giant bomb set because there might be a Tesla right by this wall. So it could be here, between this cannon and air defense, or possibly even here. This would be a weird kind of unexpected place to have double giant bomb sets. But you just can't get to any of those spots if you're committing your kill squad to take out the queen here. So this is, it's really a trippy base. And I decided to get a little bit creative with this because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do this with hogs or lunes unless I got really lucky. So I went ahead and brought an attack that I'm going to go ahead and call a... oh gosh, what am I going to call it? A Holo Go Wee Wee. There we go. And you'll see why in a second. I make a couple mistakes that will be obvious. I forget to get the king's ability, and my hog deployment is rough. Or excuse me, my heel deployment was rough because I was doing this in the car. My hands were kind of sweaty, and I kept tapping this area of the base that you'll see later on in the attack when I'm trying to get this heel down. Kept tapping on that spot, and the heel just wouldn't drop. So I ended up dropping it late and in the wrong spot because I just started madly, pecking on the screen with my finger when I saw that my heel wasn't dropping. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just play this attack for you. I'm going to come in, no lore, with 2 golems on the front end to take down the CC troops as well as the queen. Starting off with a jump to make sure that they path to those mortars instead of going off to these 2 cannons on the sides. Wizards for funnel, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop my everything early, just everything in one clump to make sure that everything is getting into that queen compartment, because I need to take out that queen, but I also need to take out these 2 air defenses to the right and to the left. And in order to do that, I will need wizards or my queen, because the witches and the king are just not going to get through those walls in time to get those air defenses for what I want to do. So anyway, queen is down, CC troops are down. We just had a lava hound to deal with, and we've got wizards working on the air defense to the left, so check. Then we've got one wizard working on that air defense to the right. That goes down. Starting in with the lune deployment, just on these 2 clusters of defenses by the X-bows. These lune packs did pretty much exactly what I wanted them to do, except that the one on the right, unfortunately, does not take out the X-bow, and that's going to come back to bite me a little bit later on in this raid. And I'm going to go ahead and start in with my hog deployment here, just working on this little, these southern defenses. And I was not expecting 2 Teslas to be there. That was unfortunate. This is when I wanted to deploy my heel. It was late. That heel should have been down about 3 seconds earlier, and I wouldn't have lost as many hogs as I did. So at this point, we've got 1 X-bow left, a mortar, and an archer tower, but look at how many troops we have left up here. We've got a wizard to the right working on those storages and the barracks. Still got the queen up, and at this point it's just 1 archer tower left against a witch, a big pack of skellies, a queen, and it's just not, it's too little too late. It's not going to stay up for much longer. There we go. The archer tower is down, and at this point it's just cleanup. So, this weird Frankenstein of an attack just happened to work out, and it just goes to show that sometimes, guys, we got to get creative with our attacks. If you're working with low-level heroes, sometimes it pays to think outside the box. It was a risky attack. It could have just absolutely failed, but it ended up working out. And we got the 3-star, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So we're gonna go ahead and skip through this cleanup part. And there you have it. That was our war with Brothaz. So props to these guys. They're definitely a great clan. It was a fun matchup, and just, man, W.A.R. Raiders absolutely brought it this war. Really great job to them. Props to them. And this is Ryan with Cola Warrior Gaming, reminding you that W.A.R. Raiders spells war.